After a month and a half, of riding, 2 months of riding, hopefully we've done something to gain some people's ears. And exactly, I do not mind. As soon as I get off Trooper and we get him in a trailer, get him settled, I will sit down and meet with anybody right when I'm done. I'll be there. Trooper is, we've had him since he was 3 days old. He, when he was born, yes, Trooper is a horse. When he was born, his mom colicked. Basically, it means she got a bellyache, and in horses, that's a very terrible thing. And so she passed away. Well, in the process, her owner, who happened to be a client of mine at the time, he reached out to me, and he said, "Hey, man, my Chiquita, she's thrashing around up here at the stall. Well, the stall in the barn, in the vet's office. Sorry. But young Colt, the baby, was not going to do well in a confined space with his mom, who was kicking all over the place. So we brought him to our house at the time. We were living in a suburb down there in Lamarck. And we brought the horse to the house. Basically, it's all kind of a blur. He lived at the house, I think, for like 3 months, 4 months, tromping around the living room. And horse owners love to tell other horse owners how to be a horse owner. Alright? It's a thing. They love it. And so I get a lot of heat for the way that we raised Trooper. And I'll tell you, before I had that horse, I would have given me a lot of heat too. But there is no dadgum way that you are going to deal with this armful of equine who wants nothing but to cuddle you. And you're going to teach that little thing boundaries. Make him stand off in the corner. Make him respect your space. No, you're not. You're going to get down on your knees and you're going to love the horse and you're going to rub him. And you're going to lay with him. And when you don't want to be on the floor anymore and you're in your chair, he's going to come up and you're going to be like, "Aw," and you're going to put him in your lap. And you're going to cuddle the horse. And then whenever you're gone, just out of the room, you don't even have to be really gone. But then your wife is going to be, or your girlfriend is going to be laying on the couch. And the horse is going to be impatient and go to her. He's going to climb on the couch with her. You're going to let it happen. Why? Because it's too much. The cute factor has exploded. It's an IED now. It's just an IED of cuteness. And there's nothing.
How does that work out?
Well, it worked out great. Within just a few days, 2 days maybe, he was already, he wasn't bottle feeding anymore. We were able to put him, we got some, what do you call that stuff? No, some of that stuff that you can only get from the colostrum. Yeah, we got him that. And then we were able to bottle feed him for a day or two, and then we put the milk replacer in a bowl, and he just took to it. Then that was it. He had a milk mustache, and then that was all she wrote. You just put down the dog bowl for the horse, he licks up his dinner. You let him outside in your suburban backyard. He runs around. When the dogs bark at the UPS truck going by, he runs after him nickering. All these things just happen. You let him run through the house. I think we basically let him run through the house until the hooves started actually clicking. I think that was about the time when he went to the pasture. But then he went out there. Mother critters. Got to learn how to be a horse. Run a mule and an old Mustang out there. So now he's 5 years old. Yeah, my buddy. Yeah. Yeah, he's a special one. He's what they call a Spanish Barb. And basically, I think the idea is that when the Spanish came to North America, they brought horses with them. And a lot of those horses got loose. So, we're talking over the span of hundreds of years. Horses would get loose. Indians would get them. Settlers would find them. What have you. But some of these herds stayed together. They stayed wild. What makes Trooper and his bloodline a little more efficient, you might say, is that their herds were so isolated geographically that you are actually able to trace them and their bloodline to herds that are still in Spain. And then those herds are able to, of course, their documentation is craziness. But at least that's my understanding. These horses, I mean, they're bred for like the mountains of Mexico. Okay, like these horses have been found everywhere from Mexico City to Oregon. Everywhere in between. Like, there's not a tougher set out there. So, sure.
Are there any concerns you might have?
I'm not super concerned about anything. He still has quirks time now, but I'm not concerned over that. Now, along the yeah, it's great. It's awesome. My emotional stud. Phenomenal. It's great. But now I'm not super worried about anything, but I am not really planning on testing him. You know, we're not racing. We're gonna really be taking our time, and that's intentional because I want to have time to be able to stop along the way and talk to anybody that I want to. I don't want to be in a rush. Yeah, we want to plan along the way to do fundraisers along the route, so that, you know, whenever I'm coming through an area, me and Trooper, we can stop in on the fundraiser, be there for it, do whatever we can to help it, and then go along to the next one. So along the way, we'll have a support team Right now, the plan is for my wife and my infant child to come on the ride with me. It's going to be great. Wink, wink, if anybody wants to help out with that. I need some other options.
Basically, he's not
Yeah.
typical.
No, not typical. What we would call typical is like your quarter horses, your Arabs, your thoroughbreds,
Things you find racing around the
you
track.
know, your paint horses, your pintos, and maybe your Appaloosas. We'll get those are a little more exotic, right? So these breeds aren't what you would call conventional. A lot of people aren't familiar with them, but the ones who are familiar with them think that they're super special. So that's the thing of it. The client that owned Trooper's mom, you know, he's working to rebuild a network of concerned people around the breed, around the Spanish Barbs, so that they can try to rebuild the breed and propagate it. And we'll see how it works out for him. You know,
I think he is the perfect one to take on his $1,000.
absolutely. there's not a tougher set of horses out there.
Well, I stagger and I fumble. Boys, I've been drinking for